Good evening. Middle of October. I haven't been doing any riding. We've had awesome weather to do just anything outdoors, and what I've been doing is building that there retaining wall that I'm aiming at, and it's getting about done. I gotta get some rock, do a little more cement work, but that's been occupying all my time, and when I get done with that thing, I'm so beat that I really don't want to do anything. But I'm gonna make time today. Got the little Honda XR150. Thought we'd go for a little sunset cruise through the big tree area and see if there's any fall colors. You know, we have some hardwoods here in town, and of course they all turn at different times, so one of them gets where it's turned for a few days and the wind comes up a bit and they're gone. So, and then a lot of these are elm. The maples, I think that's what those are. They turn. The elm trees take forever to turn. But as you can see, a lot of yellow, a lot of orange. Yeah, not even a lot of orange. A lot of yellow, light green. Just nothing red. It's just kind of a harsh climate here. It's I think, you know, hardwoods are not easy to grow. And now here we got some brilliant red to my right. Let's go up that way. There we go. There's a couple of red trees. The old Grant Street Grocery. Been there for a long time. Those are real nice. Little orange. Some big trees in through here. It's my favorite part of town. I live adjacent to this part of town. I'm within a block or two. I mean, I'm basically in it, but I consider myself to be on the edge of it. I'm more downtown than big tree area. So I don't know where to go next. Here's some orange. Up on the mountain, mostly, you know, pine trees, and then the aspens. And of course, I think they've turned a couple weeks ago and probably already all blown away. So not worth going up there, but because that's virtually all that's up there, other than I guess some shrubbery, some bushes, stuff. And we'll swing up by the golf course. Got some dirt in my right eye, is bugging the heck out of me. of the reasons I wore the camera helmet tonight is the setting sun. If I have to drive kind of into it, the visor on this helmet is very handy. Deer crossing. Wondered what them people was stopping for. Had a deer running across the road. Yeah, just not very spectacular. Some vines, but even they aren't, all that glorious. Of course, it probably doesn't help that we haven't had any rain in like literally 2 months or more now. Since sometime in July, I think. Virtually nothing. A couple of thunderstorms that didn't amount to much at my house anyway. Soaked a couple other places in town, but still, that's usually just a quarter of an inch, something like that, so it is very, very, very dry. I'm in Wyoming, and up north of us there's a couple of big forest fires going. The one was 100,000 acres, I think, out of Dayton, or getting close to 100,000, and I don't know how contained it is right now. It wasn't much contained the other day, but we have not had a lot of wind, so that's always a good thing. I'm going to shut my visor, maybe that'll help on the microphone. We'll see what difference that makes. This little bike's quiet. Microphone's tucked inside the chin of the helmet, so I don't know. Yeah, just nothing spectacular up here at all. Sunset's going to be quite orange tonight. We've had smoke in the air all day from, not sure from where. I'm not sure if it's from the fires up north, which is that way, or the wind's kind of been coming out of the west, which is our prevailing wind. And I don't think that would bring that fire smoke down here, so. We still haven't covered the greens. That'll be probably, I'm going to guess, the 25th of October. They'll cover the greens and put in a temporary pin at all the holes so people can still play. But you won't have to pay anymore. Of course, you can't get a card either unless you got your own. Nice when the little bit of wind noise in your helmet is louder than the motorcycle. It's a quiet little thing. And it gets really good gas mileage. I put in a 1-2 smaller front sprocket to gear it down a wee bit, more than a wee bit, and gave it a lot more low end grunt. Didn't really hurt the top end, which was almost non-existent anyway. I mean, sometimes it was tough to even get it into fifth gear if you're going uphill or into the wind or whatever. But now it does a much better job. and it'll still run 50 or more. And that's all I want out of this bike. It's a town bike. It's gas mileage, simplicity. Scooter disguised as a motorcycle. Yeah, we'll go down Lincoln. And the little bike does surprisingly good out in the dirt too. The tires are definitely street oriented more than off-road, but it's it's just such an agile little bike. 282 pounds, I think, so it's not god-awful heavy. It's a bit of a toad for just being a 150, and a 9/10 scale bike, or maybe 8/10 scale bike, 4/5 scale, something like that. It's definitely a small little critter. But I'm over 6 foot tall with long legs, and I've got a little seat cushion added onto it, and that sets me up another inch off of the stock height, and it's actually pretty comfortable. The seat's really comfortable, and my legs, I just tuck them up next to the old tank there and get my feet on the balls of my feet on the pegs. It's quite comfy. Don't think you'd want to go for a long distance on it. 50 miles an hour, you can get tired in a hurry. Although it is quiet, and the vibration, Honda has done a real good job on, virtually no vibration for a little thumper. The Kawasaki KLX has a lot more harshness, noise, vibration. Also has a lot more giddy up. I like them both. Around town I try to ride this one as much as possible, just because I haven't, I've never gotten the gas mileage out of it that I was expecting to get, but I do get 80 around town, and that's not to sneeze at. Kid and his runaway little toy. I didn't check the battery status in the camera before I left. I didn't check the aim. Usually I'll go into the camera app in my phone and display what the camera's seeing. I can see on my phone then, so I can kind of make sure I'm at least aimed properly, and that I'm not doing something stupid like have it in fast forward or fast motion or internal microphone, or just an endless number of ways to accidentally screw it up. But it is just shirt sleeve weather again today. 77, I think, is what it hit. Middle of October, central Wyoming. It's mighty warm. And it's been like this for the last 2 months. Or the last month and a half, rather. All through September, now October. It's just been, if it wasn't so dry. But as far as temp-wise, you can't beat it. That's been golfer's paradise. Usually this is windy country, and we haven't hardly had any wind all fall. You know, even late in the afternoon when it usually will cycle up, we really haven't had any. Don't do a lot of riding at night because it's it's difficult to see the road surface, and you never know when there might be a patch of sand or gravel in the middle of a turn, and that's never good. Bike could go spitting out from underneath you. This is downtown, the old, what they call the West Yellowstone District. They've been trying to kind of make this all prettier and stuff. Lots of new businesses going in. I think there's going to be another restaurant, high-end restaurant, some breweries. Had lunch at the office today, which is just a half a block back behind me there. Nice chicken fried steak at a reasonable price. Mashed potatoes and some tasty corn and a piece of Texas toast. So yeah, that was a late lunch. I got that dang wall down there. I just got everything all cleaned up and stuff, so I think I went to lunch at about 3. This is West Yellowstone that I'm on. Look at that, somebody putting up a building. Preformed concrete, just standing them up. Why didn't I think of that on that wall, huh? I did think of that. This is a brew pub over here. I don't think they do real good. That's David Street Station, kind of a downtown community gathering place. Don't know what they got going on tonight. Venue there. It's another to my right. There is another brewery. Oh, there was a brewery on the left. Forgot to point that one out. Microbrewers. Some of them are good. Or at least they got one or two beers that are appeal to me. I'm not into the hoppy beers. And a lot of your craft beers always end up really hoppy. Fellow riders. Don't know them, but they've only got about 1,650 cc's more than this bike. And it's To each their own. A lot of people wouldn't be caught dead riding this bike. You just got to get over that kind of thinking. It's just a super little fun bike. Perfect for around town. Stick anybody on this bike. And here we are back at that range. Oh, killed it. A little tight with the truck sitting there. Oh, jeez. Working on that wall the last 3 weeks has really taken its toll. I'm just beat to hell. Need a couple days of just not doing a hell of a lot to recover. My legs are weary and my back hurts. There's the Kawasaki. See if I can get in here without breaking a mirror or my head. And there we are. Honda's home. Oh. It's a happy little shed with 2 motorcycles. Okay, I hope y'all enjoyed the views. I know you get tired of hearing me yabber on about crap, but now that the wall's built, that big pile of backfill goes back in. I'm going to get another load of dolomite, another 1,000 pounds or so, and put it down, and then the rest of it will be back with that sand. So anyway, see y'all later.